This is Word Sorts for Words Their Way. It's within Word Pattern Spellers. It's the yellow book if you're following along with that. Today we're going to work on Sort 24, and this is just going to be a review of the long vowel patterns in words. So we're looking at long O, long E, long I, long O, long U, and we're looking at it within the confines of CVCC, which means consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. CVVC, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, CVC, and then silent E, consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E at the end, and talking about open syllables, which we've discussed in other sorts as well. And those are your CV and CVV words. So open and closed syllables, just to review. An open syllable is one that it ends in a long vowel sound and it feels like you could just sing it. So like the word day, you could sing day as day. And then that A just keeps flowing on until you run out of air or you cut it off. But if you try to read or sing the word cat, you have a little trouble. Cat, it closes it. It stops that sound, that A sound. It stops the vowel. So that open syllable feels like you can just sing it on and on and on and on. And the closed syllable stops that word with a consonant. It ends that word. So let's get into the actual sort, go over the words so you know what you're sorting, and then we'll talk about how you're going to sort them and how you need to listen to yourself as you say these words. Okay, so yellow sort 24. Let's just go over what these words are. This is way, like I went this way around the neighborhood. Pool, everybody knows what a pool is, fun to swim in. Light, I turn on the light because I was scared of the dark. Drew, that's the past tense of draw. That means you've already drawn it. You drew a picture. It's already happened. Scene, you could in a play, somebody is responsible for drawing the scene so that you can't really go to the beach when you're at a play, but somebody can paint this big painting behind the actors that looks like the beach, and they can pretend and act like they are there. So that's the scene. Soak. When you go outside and play in the rain, you get really, really wet, or it can soak you. Jail, that's when you make a bad choice as an adult. You might have to go to jail. School, you go to school to learn, and you can be an adult or a child going to school. Bind, that means you could tie something up, keep it from moving. It can you can bind something together. So keeping it together. Crow, this is a bird. Sometimes in our neighborhood, we've got some really big crows. They are blackbirds and they like to eat corn. So the farmer has to build a scarecrow to scare them away. Sometimes that's not very effective. Dry, when it hasn't rained in a long time, the ground will be very dry. When you get out of the bathtub, you use a towel to dry off. So dry, that means you're not wet. Slide, we have one of those on our playground, a big yellow slide. You can go down and say wee. Sneak, that means you're trying to be very, very quiet so nobody can see you or hear you. So you will sneak to go get something. Grind, that means that you apply pressure. Usually you do it in a circle and you're trying to make bigger pieces turn into smaller pieces by moving them around. So you will grind them. Clue, a detective might look for clues, something that somebody left behind to try and figure out the mystery. So a clue. And tone, has your mother ever looked at you and said, "You watch your tone, young lady"? That means that you might be giving mom or dad attitude and saying, "No, I'm not going to do it." That's your tone. It's how you're coming across. steep. That means it's a really big hill and it's hard to go up. It's very steep. And hold. You go out to Walmart, mom might want you to hold her hand so you don't get lost. And glow. That is, it gives off light. So we've just been studying about the solar system. So we said that the moon appears to glow, but we determined that it wasn't the moon that was doing the glowing. It was just the light coming off of the sun hitting the moon and making it glow. And then wave. This could mean a couple of different things, like wave, like you wave goodbye to someone, or wave like in the ocean where you ride the wave with a surfboard or a boogie board. And then this is your last one, bleed. Ooh, and we all know what happens. You get cut and the blood comes out of your skin and you begin to bleed. It can kind of be scary. So those are our words that we're going to sort. So now we've got to determine which category they fit into. And so we have C, B, C, C, and the C once again stands for consonant and the B stands for vowel. We have 5 vowels in our alphabet, A, E, I, O, and U. The rest of the letters in our alphabet are consonants. So if it's not one of those vowels, it has to be a consonant. So we're looking for words that fit the C, B, C, C pattern. Then we have C, B, C, and then that bossy E at the end. We know when bossy E is at the end that it tells the vowel in the middle of the word to say its name or give that long vowel sound. So in these words, we're gonna hear that I, the U, the O, the E, and the A sound in the middle of these words because bossy E is at the end of that word telling that vowel to do it. Then we also have consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. So we're going to have 2 vowels in the middle of this word. And just to recap that if you have a consonant at the end of a word, and even if it's this bossy E category, when the vowel sound is the last sound you say at the end of the word, it is a closed syllable. And if you remember back at the beginning of this video, we talked about how open syllables go on forever and you are the one that decides to make it stop, and then closed vowels are the consonant makes that word end, it stops it. And so these open syllables fall into this last category where you've got your CV and CVV words. So these are going to be the vowels that just carry on forever at the end of the words. So let's take a look and see what we can do with some of these. And let's check and see. I do not see any triggers. So all these words are going to have a specific category that they fall in. So they did not try to trick you or give you an oddball in this sort. So let me just pick one. Let's do clue. So if we say the word clue, clue, it has that long U sound. And let's see if I can sing it. If it goes on forever, if I have to cut it off, we're going to check and see if there's a consonant cutting that word off. Clue. It can go on and on forever. So there's not a consonant to end that word for us. So I already know that this is going to be an open syllable. And if I look at the end of this word, I know that U and E are vowels. So they are going to be represented with the VV at the end of the word. So open syllable, consonant, vowel, vowel, clue fits into open syllable CVV. That makes sense. Okay. Another one. Let's try this one. Crow. Crow. I can tell that it has 2 consonants, a vowel, and another consonant. So it ends with a consonant. So I know it's not going to fit this category. It's not got a bossy E at the end. And when I sing crow, that W ends that word for me. So I know it's not going to be CVV or CV word. So now I got to check and see if it's CV, CC, or CVVC. Okay. So crow. Where is that going to fit? It makes a long O sound. And when I was explaining it, there is a consonant at the end. So even though I said there's no oddballs in this, there are a couple of triggers because we went ahead and just looked at the end of that word and said, there's a consonant at the end. That's it. We don't need it. But crow, when O and W are together, O is going to make W an honorary vowel because you can have crow. And that W is there, but you put it right there at the end. So it makes it an open syllable. So OW gets to be consonant vowel vowel because the W is hanging out with O. It gets to be an honorary vowel for that day. Let's try another one. Let's try light. So here's the word light. If we say the word light, oh, that definitely ends the word. So I know they're not going to trick us on this one. We can't keep singing. So definitely closed, absolutely closed syllable word. Even though there's a consonant at the end, we didn't get tricked on this one. So we know, let's look for the next thing to see if there's a bossy E at the end. And there's not. So this category is closed and this category is closed. So it has to be this one or this one. So now we got to decide with light what's going on with that word. And if I look, L is a consonant, I is a vowel, G, H, T are all consonants. So there is one vowel in this word. So it's going to go here because this one asks for two vowels in the word. This one has one, light, closed syllable, long I sound, light. Okay. Then let's try another one. Let's try this one. Where's bleed? Bleed. Let's check it and see if it's open or closed. Bleed. Yeah, I can't keep singing that one. Absolutely 100% closed syllable word. There's a consonant at the end. So that knocks out open syllables and it knocks out silent E at the end because there is a D at the end of this word. So now I'm looking to see if it's CVCC or CVVC. Oh, look, I see two E's. I know E's are vowels, so two vowels. There's only one vowel inside of this one, bleed. It is a closed syllable, long E sound, bleed. And let's do one last one, wave. Looking at the E at the end, my brain automatically goes silent E, bossy E at the end. It has to be this one, but let's check and make sure it's got consonant, vowel, consonant with the silent E. Consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E, wave. So those are just a few ways that you can sort these words. You still have more words to sort. Just do another one here. Way. It goes on forever. That would be an open syllable. Slide. See that bossy E at the end? It goes with the bossy E. Soak. I see two vowels walking together. Two V's, two vowels here. It goes in this category. So just keep saying the words and figure out which category you think it fits best. Be that word detective. You've got this assigned to you in Google Classroom. You also have it in your literacy folder where you actually have to cut out the words yourself. And it has been put in your homework folder for the week as well. So you can work on those at home with mom and dad. Thank you guys so much. Happy sorting.